INFJs are among the rarest personality types among the 16 Myers-Briggs personality types. They form a very small portion of the total population, making them extremely unique and desirable. Mental breakdowns have become more common than before, but people react to and handle them in different ways. INFJs are very emotional and sensitive, which they tend not to show in front of others. They're a group of people who are very empathetic, and for them, it's always people first. As they're more emotional, they're more susceptible to getting emotionally burnt out. Although INFJs are mentally superior to most, their empathetic and compassionate nature can be their downfall. These strong emotions can sometimes make an INFJ's life very difficult. INFJ women are mentally quite strong, but in cases of mental breakdown, INFJ women tend to react very differently. Number 10. Impulsive and reckless. INFJ women inherently take a lot of stress about various things. However, when this stress builds up, things become very difficult for them, which leads to recklessness and impulsive decisions. Acting without thinking is not a natural tendency for INFJs, but a change in behavior is pretty common when they're going through mental distress. INFJ women generally think a lot before doing anything or taking any decision, but a mental breakdown can change everything. Their strong minds sometimes fail under extreme stress, and as a result, they may lose their calm and composed character. Stressed INFJ women become very reckless in things they do, which is very common for this personality type. Recklessness brings in a substantial amount of unjustified risk that in most cases is unnecessary. Number 9. Cutting all connection. INFJ women at times isolate themselves from everyone and cut off all types of communication and connection. In their mind, they feel that isolating themselves will solve their issues, and they can think through their problems. Although INFJs are introverted by nature, that doesn't mean they don't enjoy the company of people. But a mental breakdown for an INFJ woman can make them do things they usually wouldn't. A confrontation may be scary at times when things are not going your way, and people try to avoid this in all possible ways. INFJ women consider isolation as another way to not expose their mental vulnerability to others, as they feel exposing it to others will make them seem weak. INFJs in general are against the concept that they can be looked down on by others. Their thought of being superior to others in terms of intellect also plays a certain role in this. Number 8. They might go into depression. INFJ women are very sensitive, and as a part of their general character, they think about things a lot. Sometimes this act turns into overthinking and may lead to depression. Once an INFJ is in depression, it is very hard for them to get out as they get tangled in their own thoughts. Depression has a long-term effect on people's lives, and INFJ women are no strangers to this case. As a result, they lose interest in most things, and this keeps them inside their cocoons. The continuous feeling of emptiness and sadness in their lives affects their day-to-day functioning and also their future as they stop concentrating on anything. Sometimes, things can go south, and people may even have to start taking professional help to get out of such situations. Number 7. They may lose hope for the future. INFJs are extremely ambitious beings, and they usually plan a lot for their future. The future is always exciting for INFJ as they look at it as a window of opportunities waiting for them to grab. So usually they plan the future very well, keeping everything in mind. INFJ women don't like any obstruction in their life, but once they're emotionally hit, they lose all sorts of motivation. The future doesn't seem exciting for them anymore. INFJ women might become so unmotivated that they even stop doing things not only for the future but also for the present. This outlook toward life causes a lot of issues, and since they're overthinkers, it makes it even more difficult for them. All their goals and ambitions go for a toss, and they might even start feeling like people who are not capable of doing anything good or achieving anything big. Number 6. They become low in energy. In general, INFJs are not very social and don't feel comfortable with too many people around them. However, they have extremely high energy, but this package of energy may be shattered when an INFJ woman is emotionally hurt or is having a breakdown. This low energy is applicable to all aspects of life, and this can affect their life immensely. They may not be able to do anything productive and always will feel physically and mentally tired. Their low energy affects not only them but also the people around them. This vibe leads to unhealthy lifestyles and can have long-term effects if not taken care of. Number 5. They get irritated easily. INFJ women are usually understanding and they deal with people well. They don't get offended or irritated easily, but the other side of the coin can be seen when they're emotionally unstable. When INFJ women break down, they may feel irritated for very insignificant and small things. Being irritated with the smallest of things can make it difficult for others to be around them. At this stage, INFJs don't like to deal with people anymore and just want their own space where their thoughts can calm them down. Number 4, their mental health suffers greatly. INFJ women can get very disturbing thoughts if things are not going their way emotionally. The thoughts might be so strong that they may feel like there is no solution to their emotional trauma. INFJs are usually very positive about life, but emotional distress can break them to the extent that daily activities seem like a task for them. These strong thoughts can be very dangerous as they may lead to unexpected incidents. Moreover, their highly intuitive thinking and introverted character can make it even worse for them to get out of it. Number 3, it causes brain fog. INFJs are known to have very imaginative and creative minds. They always have an in-depth understanding of most things and have a very high level of concentration. But INFJ women having a mental breakdown might have issues with their concentration. They may not be able to utilize their mind's full potential, and their concentration may go for a toss. Strong intellect is their strength, but a mental breakdown can show their other side where they're unable to think straight or be creative. This also leads to more frustration as they cannot use their strength well. Number 2, they might try to overcompensate. INFJ women might try to do things that can help them to fight a mental breakdown, and many times they end up overcompensating for things. They might start to socialize a lot and start going to large gatherings to mingle with people. This might seem nice, but it's definitely a red flag for a person who's known to be an introvert. The overcompensation cannot last for a long time because whatever they're doing, it's not their natural way of living and can eventually worsen situations. INFJ women are very sensible, and due to a mental breakdown, they may become vulnerable to doing things they don't like or want to do. Not living life within their comfort zone can exhaust them every moment they're doing it and drain their mental and physical energy. Number 1, self-criticism touches its peak. INFJ women are supposed to be very strong, and they always believe that they can achieve heights that others can't even think about. Self-criticism is important up to an extent when it helps a person to evaluate themselves and understand their strength and weakness. But excessive self-criticism bulldozes self-confidence and stops a person from achieving any heights in their personal or professional life. Excessive self-criticism takes a destructive toll and should be fought against very strongly. INFJ women are highly ambitious people, and nothing can be worse than creating obstacles and excuses in their own minds that don't help them at all, but rather stop them from aiming for the heights they want to achieve. A mental breakdown can expose characteristics in INFJ women that were never seen before and are definitely not usual. INFJ women are very strong and self-sustaining, but a mental breakdown can change a lot of things. They don't like to be dependent on anyone and like to handle things on their own, which makes a mental breakdown even more difficult for them to handle. Although it might be difficult to handle people during mental breakdowns, being by their side no matter what and accepting them helps a lot in the recovery process. INFJ women might try to distance themselves from everyone, but deep inside they always want a person whom they can trust and who can be their support no matter how bad the situation is. INFJs are usually the ones helping others, but during this type of situation, they're the ones who need the support and strength from others to overcome the issue. What are your thoughts on INFJ women and their reactions when they break down mentally? How can you help a person going through such mental trauma? Comment below. As always, like and share this video and subscribe to our channel for more updates on psychology.